and welcome to Rise and Shine Vegas. I'm your host Daye, and this is my co-host
Mike Vegas Dorton. How are you guys doing? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We are at the Art House Theater here in downtown Las Vegas at 814 South 3rd Street. And we have a very, very exciting show for you today. We have special guests. We have, actually, today we have 4 of the Jets. They are in the studio with us here today. Yay!
The Jets.
And we're gonna be talking and featuring their show because they have a wonderful show. It's at Planet Hollywood at the V Theater. And the show is called The Jets, the 80s and 90s Experience. And later in the show, we are going to have a 2-ticket, somebody is going to be the lucky winner of 2 tickets. So we're going to talk about all that later. But anyway, we're going to start off. So let's introduce the Jets.
The Jets. Yay!
You found out I got a crush on you. No more charades, my heart's been displayed. You found out I got a crush on you. You must have heard it from my best friend. She's always talking when she should be listening. Can't keep a secret to save her life, but still I trusted her with all I felt inside. How could you know? 'Cause I never told. You found out I got a crush on you. No more charades, my heart's been displayed. You found out I got a crush on you.
Yep. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
So welcome, and Mike and I are so excited to have you here.
Thrilled beyond thrilled. I can't stop dancing.
I know, he has talked about you all week.
And he's a dancer, so I've seen him dance.
Who I used to
And
be.
the bird, right? The bird.
The bird and everything
Oh,
else.
hey, thanks for calling me on. I appreciate it.
So would you like to introduce yourselves? We'll start with ladies first.
Yeah, I'm Vanessa. I'm cousin to the Jets.
And I'm Rudy, one of the original members of the Jets,
Yeah.
drummer.
I'm Heine, bass player and singer as well with the Jets.
And I'm Leroy. I'm the guitarist. I'm the oldest of the band.
Oh,
Leroy.
wow. Yeah, thank you for being with us.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about you today. We're going to spend this hour just, we want to learn all about you, but we want to know about the show. And Mike and I have some questions for you.
Great.
So could you start out by telling us about your show and where it's located and all the particulars about
Wonderful.
the
I'll
show?
have Heine. Go ahead.
Heine.
Yeah. Our show is located at Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile Shops, the V Theater. We started there in August. We were there before the pandemic, and now we're back. We're so excited. I mean, after a year off of performing, we're finally back. We're there Tuesday
glad
through
to have you
Saturday.
back.
Yeah.
We survived, and we're still, alive, praying for help. And we're just excited to be back on the stage.
And you have
every
one
night.
show a night?
One show a night, 6:30, Tuesday through Saturday at the V Theater.
Wow.
It's like a 75-minute workout every night.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's
it's great
looking
shape.
It's a high energy show, right? It's constant dancing. It's wonderful. It's
Well, the one thing about it, we wanted a show that will take you back to where we came from, which was the 80s and the 90s. And it was something that we felt like, anyone can go to a concert, but this is kind of different because we're not only, we kind of do tributes to a lot of the artists of our era, but we also do our own hits.
Yeah.
So it's very different from a lot of other shows.
And we've implemented a lot of the things we did back in the '87 tour. So
Yeah.
the songs we're doing are the ones exactly from that tour.
We
And the
even dressed
costumes,
like
actually.
the 80s.
Oh,
that's
The wardrobes were pulled out of the old chest. In fact, my mom had to kind of customize it, and for cousin Vanessa was one of the lead singers. Also, my other sister Lisa.
So your mother's your costume maker?
She is the wardrobe lady, and she sews everything to fit. I mean, we had to like stretch some of the jackets. I mean, hey, you know, we're a little older, but
So Mike, you had some questions.
Oh, no,
And
I'm just-
we're
I'm
gonna
just
drill
so
you for the next hour.
So with the show, it's high energy, so it's a lot of dancing, right? So a lot of Cabbage Patch and a lot of, and no strings attached. Is there some robot and stuff? That's fantastic. Show.
And we're really glad to have Vanessa, who's one of our new lead singers. She's not an original, but she sings amazing.
Beautiful.
She sings all our tribute songs. Tell some of the members you sing.
Yeah, so I sing songs from Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, and those are songs that I grew up on and I loved, and so it's just an awesome opportunity to be able to sing them and have people enjoy it.
And she's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, she's amazing when she sings.
I feel
She's
fortunate. I
one
saw
of
the
our-
show. It's fantastic. Not too long ago, and
she was one of our little cousins that we watched sing when she was younger and watched her grow, and we're like, oh, we got to have her in the show because, you know, some of our
so of 17 children, I believe it was.
Yes,
So
17.
eight performed. Was it the 8 of the eldest? So you're the eldest.
Yes, I'm the oldest, and it was the original lineup was the 8 oldest of the kids, and then now we've got I think number 13 sister, and then of course our cousin, and my son actually is the drummer. So we got the next generation joining in on us with this.
We've had a few cousins and people join. I mean, with 17 kids, people were getting married and people were retiring and people were like not interested in performing anymore. So the great thing is we can just pick, the ones that want to perform and those who don't want
We've got
to.
a large pool to choose from.
Luckily, all 17 kids actually perform.
Hey, so if I may, so your family's originally from the island of Tonga, correct? And Leroy, you were born there, is that correct?
That is right.
And yeah. And your parents immigrated here. You were what, just a baby?
3 months old, right? We moved
3 months.
to the West Coast and wound up in Salt Lake. But yeah, it was neat to. I mean, we went back in the '80s, to see it, but it was really neat to be a first immigrant family from the islands, and my dad just had that. Hey, let's do something.
Your father was like a go-getter,
my
right?
dad
He was
a-
exploring.
He had that vision, being islanders, they're always looking for what's over the horizon, past the ocean. And when he got here to America, it was like no holes barred. Like I could do anything.
Yes.
In fact, he did everything. He became Mr. Utah. He was a bodybuilder.
Mr. Utah.
Didn't you do it as well? 'Cause look at him. He's pretty big right now. Look at
No.
Sorry,
He worked
I
with
know.
I'm glad
Arnold.
he's sitting next to Dana because he's so big. It made me look really
No,
small.
that's his wife over there.
Yeah, no, he
Hi, Sarah.
he was in the circles with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco
Franco
Columbo.
Columbo,
He
wow.
has stories with them and borrowing trunks with each other and competing. And then one day when he was done with all of that, with all the children coming, there was 8 of us. That's when he started the band, when he saw
The
Jackson
Jacksons.
5 on TV. I think it was like the Friday night videos or something.
Oh, he had a real vision. Like, look at you guys.
You had to find a way to feed all of us,
Were you?
Right? You have to find.
Yeah. So before that, you were doing yard work, right? Or things like
Yes,
that
we were.
for a while as kids.
Because when my dad came to this country, again, he was a blue collar worker, and he just wanted to figure out a way to keep us together. And then when Elvis Presley died, I just remember coming home, and then we had a meeting, and Dad said, look, either we're going to do yard work all our lives, you're going to do this or that, but he wanted us to follow.
And he saw the Jackson 5 and the
Yes.
Osmonds. In fact, those 2 families are the ones that he gave to us.
Yes.
He showed us a picture of the Osmonds and actually bought an album and said, hey, look at these guys. We
So you
got to do this.
studied them.
Yeah.
You-
Yes.
It's like homework. Watch the Osmonds and the Jack.
Dana, you got some questions?
Yeah, I know. Mike has a lot of the factual information about you, as we talked about last week. And then I'm going to ask you some kind of more like more, not personal, but things like, okay, I wanted to ask you, how many instruments do each of you play? Are you multi-instrument players?
Yes, I think
Like, how many do you play? And what do you play?
Oh man, you're asking the wrong person, but everyone in the family plays at least 2
Yeah,
instruments,
these 2.
or 3 or 4. And Leroy, actually, the oldest, learned them all and taught us all.
So that's how you learn. So was that part of the learning process? Like you were studying the Osmonds and the Jackson 5, and were you taking music lessons, or did you learn by ear, or how did you teach yourself?
Basically, we learned a lot by ear. My parents couldn't afford the lessons, so he said, Roy, go to the radio and just listen to it, pick it up. And
Wow.
luckily, I was able to pick it all up and I just taught
It's
all of
amazing.
these guys. Our first song was "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog." But yeah, we played, cowbells and all that.
The cowbell. I need more
There you go.
cowbell.
Yes, Mark.
More cowbell. So, and how about, and last time you were here, last week, you said you play the drums.
So I'm the original drummer and also the choreographer.
Yes.
And so even though it wasn't another instrument, but I'm the one who basically was kind of the one who would dance all over the place. And, yeah, exactly.
All
like
the
that.
moves you see in our videos,
Yeah,
Rudy
so-
came up.
Oh my
great.
God,
Crush on
so
you.
Thank
great.
you. And
Yeah. I got this instrument.
That's a beautiful.
And you really do have it. To sing Mariah Carey, that is challenge. And Whitney?
Yes.
Oh my God. And then we're going to have you do a couple more numbers during the show. And then if it's possible, we might ask Mike to do a couple dance moves with you.
Oh,
There you
no,
go.
no,
There
put me
you
on the
go.
spot like that.
Yeah.
No, no. I'll follow. Rudy's gonna have to choreograph.
Yeah, Rudy.
I don't know about that. I've seen him move. He has his moves of his own.
So, and then what do you have to? We're going to just switch off and we're going to.
I just brought some '80s memorabilia.
Look at
Power
that.
Rangers. These haven't been opened. These are, of course, didn't everyone wear wristbands back in the day?
Actually, I did.
And of course, Michael Jackson, and everything was big hair, big money back in the day, right? And just little things like this. But
You know how they have Happy Meals? Because I have two daughters and they're like 28 and 31 now. But the whole big thing back in the day was to get the Happy Meal with the prize
Yes.
or the little figurines. Did they have? Were you in a Happy Meal?
We weren't in the Happy Meal, but we
well,
did have those kind
Kool-Aid.
of things
Yeah.
that we had passed around. We had buttons that wanted to reflect, and you
Oh,
3D
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a
yeah.
big thing that we had a lot of. And what else? I mean, we had watches.
We had some
Watches, we had pins, we had
Right.
The
frisbees.
Jets watches, and
Stamps.
Frisbees.
We were stamping in Tonga of all places.
You're on a stamp?
Yes.
oh
I
wow,
love them.
Yes.
what an honor! Wow.
57-cent stamp, and there's a picture of us all on it.
Music of Tonga.
So how long did they have like an induction to the? I know with Marvin Gaye, they had a big ceremony, and that he has a stamp now, and they did something in LA with the post office. When you got your stamp, was there a ceremony to honor you? Or?
Well, it was back in the islands, but they sent us a bunch of stuff, and when we went there, we met the king,
Yes.
and then
The
they
king.
gave us, there's the king there.
Palace and,
They still have the
It
king.
was a big event because it was the first time that a pop group performed on his lawn.
yes.
And I just remember.
Kind of like the Beatles in
Yeah,
Tonga.
we were like the Beatles in the islands.
That is, yeah,
We got them really late, and there was like 30,000 people at the airport waiting for us.
Wow.
So it was,
30.
Yeah.
so it was at the
Basically the whole
palace. It was
island.
King George.
Yes.
Right.
To Poe the fourth.
Such a great honor.
It was.
It was a really great
You're
honor.
like the
just to-
big success to come out of.
Right.
I'm from the Bay Area, and when I grew up, there were a lot of Tongan and
Yes,
Samoan
Samoan,
students
Polynesian.
in San Bruno, California.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You've heard of San Bruno?
Yes,
Yeah, we have a lot of
Yeah.
family live right there in
Yeah.
San Bruno.
That's
of
your family?
Yes, we have a
The
lot of family.
Kafusis or
The Kafusi, the
Katea?
family,
Do you
yeah.
know that?
We know the Kalfusi.
Are you Katea, Kafusi, and there
Yeah.
was a Moses? I went to school with them.
Oh my gosh.
You
Wow.
really do know them? That's great.
We do. We do know
And
small
Losa,
world.
there was
Yeah,
someone named
Losa.
Losa. You knew Losa?
Yep, Losa,
Oh
yep.
my God, this is
So-
crazy.
No, we,
And Dana used to sing in dance bands on
Ah,
12-inch
yeah, there you
records and
go.
all that stuff back in the day. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll pay you later.
Weren't you wearing like the spandex like Olivia Newton-John? Let's get physical.
No,
physical.
I
You
know.
sounded really
That's
great on
that.
her dance albums.
Actually, my sisters, when we were a cover band, sang that song.
Yeah.
Let's Get Physical. I remember that. I used to play the drums to that.
That is so funny. So what are you?
So Heidi, you were born, and were you born where?
I was
in
born.
San
I think
Francisco?
we were all
I mean,
born.
I'm in
born
here.
in San Francisco, the first one.
Yes.
Here in America.
Bay Area kid.
So yeah,
Oh, wow.
we have connections to the Bay Area.
Which city were you in?
San Francisco General Hospital, as my mom
Oh
said.
my God.
She says I was the biggest baby, 10, 11 pounds.
Yes,
'cause
she
she would eat that fresh bread at the bakery.
Sourdough.
Yes. Being from Tonga, they've never had that fresh bread. She was
It's
just,
addictive.
yeah, hot hot chocolate and bread every morning.
Hot chocolate and sourdough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It
Tongan
makes good-
favorite.
It makes good French toast too.
Right.
So he mentioned General Hospital. I knew there's an All My Children story in here somewhere about.
Yeah. My song, Rocket to You, has all my children.
It's got words of All My Children, right? The rap part.
The rap part.
Fantastic.
And he ends up having 14 kids. He's the one that
Right.
has the
14
words.
kids.
He's
All right.
But you know what's
Carrying on
incredible
family
about those
tradition.
14 kids? They're actually doing exactly what my parents did.
Right.
Heidi and Sarah decided to do exactly what my parents did, and they have their own group called 13 Crowns.
Oh, that's your family?
That's their
Oh, wow. Can you tell us about your group?
Yeah, well, you know,
The kid- it's your
just
kids.
carrying on the legacy of our family, and our oldest 7 are in the group, 13
Yes.
Crowns, and they're just like us.
Yeah,
you know,
they're
they're
all
full band, drummer,
self-contained.
bass,
Yeah.
guitar, and they write. And
Yeah,
we're
what kind of
blessed.
music do they do? Do they play?
It's pop R&B as well.
Yes.
In fact, their first single is out already, and their second single is out now.
And where are they on
On Spotify. And the first song was Grateful, and they were written by Pooh Bear. I don't know if you know Pooh Bear is
Big industry.
wrote all
The
the
number
songs for
one
Justin
writer
Bieber.
right now, and not only that, but I was actually at Kohl's hearing their song "Grateful."
Yeah,
I was
it's kind of
actually
weird. Yeah, we
at
hear
a
Jet
lot of
songs, and
places,
then
like
we
for
hear-
instance Taco Bell, and hearing "Grateful." So you've
Oh
got
my
to check out
God,
their
how
single
funny.
"Grateful" that came out a while back, but they have a new single coming out.
Right,
What's the name of that?
Together We Stand.
Together We Stand.
Or another song written by Pooh Bear. And
Pooh Bear. And where were you when you heard your first song? What, you
Oh my
know?
God.
What was your memory of
Detroit.
that?
Okay,
Detroit.
we were at Detroit, and we could not believe it, hearing ourselves. And it was just amazing because that was like, we made it. We're actually on the radio.
That could be in your movie. That would be
Yes.
part of your movie.
We heard it in our
Our van.
hotel room and our van.
Yeah, the
We were just
hotel and the van.
running around, just excited.
In fact, we just got in the van so we could just try to see if it would play again. That's old school.
And do you want to tell us more about your show? Because we want to let the viewers know, because we're going to have a trivia contest coming up, and the 5th person to comment is going to win 2 tickets with
Nice.
a $300 value to see the show. You
Yes.
just, and then, anyway, that's it. And Mike's going to tell you about that.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. The
Well-
Jets 80s, 90s experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are looking for a high energetic time, I promise you that you probably will. You'll expend all your energy there at the show. I wish they had a dance floor though.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's what's missing there.
Yes.
It's just a place.
And and you can
People
even
dance.
come dressed. A lot of fans have come dressed in the 80s and 90s garb. So we encourage that too, and just get into the mood.
Okay,
It's
since you
wonderful.
gave permission, parachute pants, I'm gonna have them, neon green and
Have a time.
pink.
Yeah.
You saved them all these
Bow tie.
years. You finally found a reason.
Pull them out of the trunk and,
Pull it out of the closet.
yeah.
So we went on a cruise called the 80s cruise, and it just it made sense that we were going to do something like this, because one of the things about the Jets in the 80s and 90s is that a lot of our fans and a lot of the people that come, they're just amazed that they're going back to their childhood, and that's really what we wanted to do to begin with, was just not just get up there and just sing, but get up there and give the audience an experience.
And another thing is, we always tell our fans that if you missed us in the 80s, we literally recreated our 87 show, and that's what you're going to see, is that what we look like at the height. So
A recreation of your 1987
mixed-
show.
Right, it was one of our huge
But updated
tours.
it.
We
too.
updated, of course, but that's what you see.
And it's hard to stay in your seats. It's kind of like, I think we were in the second row, and it was just kind of like, okay, I
I
want to get
saw
up in
him
the
pop-locking.
aisle. I want to get up
You
in
were
the aisle,
pop-locking.
and
You were like-
dancing, and I couldn't help it. It was when you brought out Fresh Prince, Will Smith, you brought out all these great songs. It just brought back memories. It flooded. It was fantastic. And Vanessa was wonderful, just smiling, and just, oh, it's just such great energy. Great energy show.
Our last week's winner for the trivia contest was Electra Heavenly.
Oh, yeah.
You met Electra,
Yes,
so
we did.
so
Fantastic singer. She's
she said we talked through Messenger, and she was saying that the whole place got up dancing, and she made a post on Facebook, and she feels like you were her childhood
That's right. I remember.
group. and she was so happy to
Yes,
see.
it was great meeting her.
Do we want to announce the question and have people to start commenting, because it will be number 5?
Well, actually, I think Maria Pureza, our executive producer, we're going to take a commercial break. Then we're going to come back with the Jets. You're going to perform another song for us, and then we'll go into the trivia question. Please stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Can we subscribe? Comment,
Subscribe,
and be ready for the trivia question coming up 10 minutes.
At the Art House.
Once again, folks, Art House Theaters here
Yes.
in the downtown Arts District. Right? What's the address again?
814 South 3rd Street at the Art. And then they're open, is it Thursday or Wednesday? No, Thursday through Saturday.
Thursday through Sunday.
Through Sunday. And the hours?
Yeah, or I believe it's 2. They mentioned, Christian mentioned till midnight, 2 p.m. till
open till
midnight, and it's
midnight.
20% off if you mention the Art House. If you mention Rise and Shine Morning Show or social
The
media
social media
shows.
shows.
We film 4 of them here on Wednesdays. If you mention that, you get 20% off the food in this 5-star restaurant and theater. So come join us.
restaurant.
So we're going to take a commercial break. Yes,
And we'll
Danny?
be right
We'll
back.
be right back with
We'll be
the
right back.
Jets.
The
Yeah.
Jets!
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
As we continue to
Baby, I can rock it to you. Honey, the only thing I can do. Baby, I can rock it all night. One thing I know I can do. Rock it to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are we going to do one more? Or are we going to no? Okay. Oh, please come join us. Come back
Come back,
and join us.
come on back to sit down, and we're gonna talk some more.
Everyone okay? If you need water, or if you want
Thank you.
Water? Do you need a water? Do you need
Actually,
water?
good.
your acoustic, it doesn't get any better. I mean, you guys sound so great.
You know, when you come see the concert, it's going to be a lot more impactful. We do all kinds of things. We're up there dancing, singing, and trying to make it work with the whole crowd. So.
So definite audience participation and moving and dancing and
Interactive. Yes.
Welcome back to
Thank you.
Rise and Shine Vegas. I'm Daye and my co-host.
Mike Vegas Dorton, Wednesday morning. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being back with us. Wow, that was fantastic,
That
you guys.
was
We
awesome,
appreciate
you
it
guys.
so much.
Unbelievable. Your voices blend so well together. Like it's like, oh my God, it's unbelievable.
Like we're
and-
family or something.
Like your family. Woo. And if you'd like to see them live, again, we are talking about the Jets 80s and 90s experience at Planet Hollywood V Theater, Tuesday through Saturday. The show starts at 6:30, and we're giving away 2 tickets to the show, and we have a trivia question that we would like to present to you, and the 5th person to comment with the correct answer will be the winner of 2 tickets to the Jets.
Right, worth $300, yeah. So it's at the Miracle Mile. So people who haven't been there, so Miracle Mile shops. Where do you
Yes.
wanna? So
Planet
how would
Hollywood.
yeah?
Yeah.
So if you go to
Oh,
Planet
nice.
Hollywood, the Miracle Mile shops are right there, and then the V Theater's in the mall.
In the
Food
mall.
court and bar area.
The food.
Oh, where the ice cream is really good. I think I had some before
Gelato.
your show.
Yes.
Gelato, yeah.
Very good.
Real good
Fantastic.
stuff.
So that's wow. High energy, dress like 80s and 90s
Yes,
if you can.
80s, yeah.
And afterwards you do a signing or you do a
We do.
Yes.
or
We-
pictures and things.
People can do it.
Yes, we love to meet you afterwards. We always like to take pictures,
That's
bring
right.
your
Phone.
pens. We have T-shirts and things as well. That's there,
To sell.
DVDs. We have our masks as well. So we're playing it safe, but at the same time, we love just meeting everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Hey, can you tell us more about the tributes that you do? Because I know there's some artists that were very influential to you that you've added into your shows.
Yes.
Like
Yes, Tina Turner, we put her specifically because she was the first show that we opened up for
Right.
as the Jets. And it was a wonderful experience, that she actually allowed us to come and perform with her. Because we were playing at like a bar or like the week before in front of 5
Well,
people.
yeah, we were playing in a bar, and then we went to go see her in Minneapolis, and then the week after, our manager says, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna warm up for her," and we're just like blown away.
And it
after
sold
that.
out like 20,000 seater.
Yeah.
wow.
So that was your big break. Opening
yes.
for-
Yes.
I would have to say. So you
And-
go from playing in a bar to opening for Tina
Yes.
Turner?
Yeah, the production people were asking us, "You guys, what do you guys need in your monitors and all that?" We're like, "What are you talking about?"
You were how
It's a
old at
monitor.
that time? Yeah.
We're all
we
teenagers.
were teens, like
I was
early
15
teens
at the
and
time,
mid-teens,
so
and
yeah.
we didn't know anything about anything. And they're like, "How do you want your this and that and risers? Do you have anything on your?"
If we can go back a little bit with the Minneapolis sound or so,
Yes.
so you all were heavily influenced by Prince, is that correct?
In
What-
fact, we had the honor of meeting Prince, and he saw our show a couple of times. And hey, what's the experience when you came and you were recording
Oh
something?
yeah, when we
Prince
were
walked in
recording
there.
a song in the studio at his studios
Yes.
at Paisley
Paisley
Park.
Park.
And he would walk in and just stand in the back in the dark, and it was really like stressful for me. And I'm trying to sing, and here's Prince, and he's just But he really did, like Leroy said, he really enjoyed supporting us, and everyone in Minneapolis. In fact, all the other groups from the time, all the Prince's band members, and every musician out of Minnesota, we were all kind of a close-knit group
Yeah.
of people that
Well,
all knew each
they
other.
used to hold the
Sheila E.
Minneapolis
Sheila E.
Awards
Yes.
there, and when we first signed and our first record came out, matter of fact, that year, Heine won Best Bass Player.
You won
Really?
those.
And it was amazing because here Heine
Quite
was,
embarrassing to beat out Prince's bass player and Janet Jackson and Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam. And they had a lot of rock groups coming out of there too. Husker Du and
Yes.
Soul Asylum.
placements.
Speaking of rock bands, because we do a little thing to Van Halen, we actually had a funny story where we looked up to them, and we were at the American Music Awards, and we met them in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, we were,
It's kinda
Gene
hard.
and I, we were, in the bathroom, and we were standing here, and David Lee Roth right here.
Jumping off the toilet.
And
Right.
we come out of the stalls, actually it was the urinals.
Yeah, urinals. Yeah.
We come out, we're like, wow,
So
guys.
you met in the urinal and then.
You know, they're just like us. You know, they use the bathroom and everything.
No, they do, and they're human.
That was our little our brush with Van Halen. When we looked up to.
Yeah.
Recorded at Paisley Park. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Did you have a video? I might.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Crush My Broken.
Yeah, we did have a video. Actually, we have a plaque. It was the first rock video ever shot at Paisley Park. Cross My Broken Heart. You know, Prince gave it
first?
to
Gave us
us
a
and
plaque
said,
for
hey,
that.
you guys are the first.
First one you
Shot
showed up on the Eddie Murphy movie. Yeah.
It did?
Cross
Oh,
My Broken. Yeah.
cool. That was really cool.
A lot of fun.
there. So how we discovered our wonderful singer talent cousin was she sang a lot of karaoke. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, I sang a lot of karaoke, did a lot of weddings and
Yes.
karaoke contests even. And I just, since I was 8, I've always had this yearning to sing in public places. And I always looked up to my cousins, the Jets, because they were big at that time growing up. And I was like, I want to be just like them. I want to be on stage. I want to be dancing. And I loved it because they were a family band, but they would also share this light about them and just, and that's what we try to do in our show, is share our light and just have fun. Like, a lot of that has lost its flavor nowadays, where it's just like, you know, people, with the pandemic and everything, people are depressed, and we just want to bring out the joy in life. You know, bring back your happy memories.
Something you could.
We're so
really
happy you
have
brought
fun.
her in. She adds so much energy to the show.
And your
What about
voice
your
is,
happy
oh,
place?
you are just, we heard you doing sound check and you're gonna do a song, one more, and you're gonna be
Yes.
singing one of the hits that I remember, like, you know, when I was doing karaoke. That is called You've Got It All. So we're gonna be doing that. So
Right.
would you like to announce the contest question?
Yeah, so, okay, so our trivia question is going to be, and we're going to give away 2 tickets worth $300 to the
Yes.
Jet Show at the V Theater in Planet Hollywood,
great.
6:30 p.m. And it's produced by John Stewart. As we know, he couldn't be here today, but yeah, he's wonderful. John Stewart's from, So the Olympic question.
The Olympic question.
Okay, so the
We had a
trivia
couple,
question,
so we're
if
making
you want to
sure we
win
got
2
the right
tickets to
question.
the Jets 80s, 90s experience. So the question is, how many Olympics did the Jets perform in? Is it A, 1 Olympic, B, 2 Olympics, or C, 3 Olympics? Thank you. So
the
what is it? The
visual-
5th person who's gonna answer correctly?
person.
So it's how many Olympics did the Jets perform in? A, 1, B, 2, or C, 3? And we'll give away those tickets
Great
coming up. That's wonderful.
And we could always, when in doubt, Google. So, that's the thing. When in
You're
doubt,
supposed to
Google,
remember
right?
this stuff from before.
No, well, no, but they remember.
They remember.
Because a lot of my friends are so, they just can't believe that we're sitting here with you. They're like, Dana, you're with the Jets. We are so honored. I swear, I love your song, Tonight. It's been a year. That's one of my all-time favorites. And all of your songs, they bring back memories. They evoke memories of our lives. And you're a feel-good group. And you're all very humble and very down to earth. You're just like a nice family. It's a great feel. It's a family-friendly.
Thanks to Mom and Dad.
You
Yes.
could bring your kids.
Yes.
You could. It's yeah. And Mike.
We can feel it. Your values, your faith in God.
Thank you so
It's
much.
It's very
paramount.
nice to
I-
meet, you know, and you have
It's wonderful.
the group with the
No
the
egos
13
here.
crowns.
Such talent and such humbleness and such high energy and dancing and it's
Which is
amazing.
my next question is, how do you guys stay in such great shape? Do you all, like, you know, you all sing together? Do you have a family workout thing going? Or
Well,
you're all in such great shape to do this every night? Seriously, do you go to the gym, or is this a natural thing? This is something I want to know.
I think we do both. We go to the gym and we work out. And we all have children. They keep us
Oh, yeah.
Keep you busy.
13 children.
right.
Wow.
And then we perform every night. So we're taking cues from like Donnie and Marie. You know, they were able to do it. We can do it.
Yes.
But no, I think it's definitely that. And eating healthy.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
in fact, We even started our own water company that helps us stay a little healthier. It's an alkaline water that
It's called Vi
it's the
Water.
first water.
Vi?
Vi, V-A-I.
It stands for water and
First
tonic.
CBD water. So
Yes.
it's
CBD. Could
CBD.
tell us, and how do the viewers find this to purchase this?
Yes, we just go to viwellness.com, and that's where you can find our water, which we named after our language. It means water, and it's nano powered. It's great, you know, revitalizes energy stores, but it's one of our.
great for your joints,
Yes.
great for healing.
We take it after our show every night, and you know.
25 milligrams.
So
of
maybe
CBD
grab a
oil
bottle
that's,
and then again come see our show.
infused.
Pain.
So the alkaline water will
Yes.
turn your body less acidic, which most of the
Right.
unhealthy foods out
Exactly.
there. So
Everything.
restores your pH balance,
Yes.
right? And then gives you the energy, the
Wow. First of its kind. So I
Yeah.
think
Is
we're,
it?
we are cutting edge here. The first CBD
Yes.
water.
know that.
Vi.
We just started that. Yeah.
VIA.
Congratulations.
In fact, we got a box in the
VAI.
car. We should have brought some in. Maybe I'll go grab
give you
some of
some.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So we're gonna have the Vi water in just a second.
Oh, Sarah,
And,
is
and how
gonna
do
bring
you
it
sell
to-
that? Like, so it's an online thing that you have shipped to you, and where do you find that, on Amazon?
Yes,
or
we're slowly getting some distribution in the casinos. So soon, coming soon to you, we will be getting these out, and we're working on that right now.
That's
as we
great.
speak.
CBD and alkaline.
That is correct.
So that's
Yeah,
supposed to
it's,
help.
And it tastes great. I mean,
Tastes just
The
like
drink
flavor,
it every night.
or is
Yes.
it?
No, it's just
you can put it in your coffee, your shakes, your whatever. It's
So it's-
tasteless, just like
Oh,
water.
tasteless.
right.
And
So
you,
one of the secrets of keeping you going, right? And choreographer, that's
It's just doing that as well as just eating healthy, and like I said before, we were raised, none of us drink or drugs, and that was never in our system.
that's why you look
so
so great too.
we were
so-
just think, parents that just
Steered us away from
steer us
all
away
of
from all
that.
this stuff.
yeah. You guys look great for 30. I mean,
It's like when we would hang out with all the other stars, we would be drinking 7-Up. They called it 7-Up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Okay. They
Scam
call the
Likely.
7-Up group.
That's my
Our
boyfriend.
favorite.
Seven Up group.
Yeah.
His first
Calls
name
me
is
every
Scam.
morning too.
No problem.
Oh, see, now he knows everyone, that boyfriend of
Yeah.
mine.
Scam.
This Power Ranger guy is staring at me. I let him look at you for a little bit. Yeah. But,
And I heard that you were a Power Ranger.
Yes.
I worked
Yes.
for Power Rangers promotions for the
Nice.
movie, the White Power Ranger. Yeah, that was back in the 90s. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was great. You know, so the story. So I want to ask you guys about what it was like to sing at the World Series Game 7. Vanessa, you weren't there singing, I don't believe. But that had a worldwide audience of 700 million people.
Only
watching.
700
Almost as
million.
many as we have our viewers here. Not quite
There's
700.
actually a backstory to that.
Is
There's
there?
a cool backstory.
Yeah,
that
so
we
what
need to
happened
tell.
was the commissioner of baseball, they were holding it in Minnesota with the Twins, and we kept on asking them, or our manager kept on asking him to have the Jets, and he refused for whatever reason. And so he thought, okay, well, the Twins are not going to make it to Game 7, so we'll book them for Game 7, thinking that the Cardinals were going to win. Well, the Twins brought it all to Game 7, and we were actually invited. That was the last game, 7th game, and we sang there.
And they took the chance.
What was that? How did that feel? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It was, go ahead,
We were
Ryan.
such a new group. I think that's one of the reasons he didn't want us. They wanted like older rock stars or country stars
Established, yeah.
to sing the national anthem. But it came to Game 7, so we sang. And what a dream come true. I mean, we were on the third base
Yes.
line, just watching every play.
And it erupted because that was our first big, we never had that in Minnesota ever, a huge national win. We tried with the Minnesota Vikings, and they're still trying.
That's a different story.
That's a
We
different
won't talk about
story,
them.
but-
they break our heart every
Yeah,
season.
but the Twins,
But we did play the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
with it.
The Super Bowl,
we
you did,
played-
which year was that?
It was in 2019. We were
Yeah,
in the
2018.
Jets and I forget the other team. They played, and it was the first show we played 60 below zero. It was the coldest
Oh,
show.
2018, yeah, we did a show with all the groups in
sing?
Minneapolis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jam
So
turned
just
into
3
a-
years ago.
Yeah.
I think I remember that now.
Yes.
So what
The Super
on the
Bowl.
scale, like what is it, the King or the Super Bowl? Which was a better experience?
You know, the King was nice because we were right on the grass in front of the
Warm.
ocean. And weird experience.
the King
Different,
wins.
yeah.
And at the palace, I can imagine just seeing all the ancestors and your grandparents there, and where your
Well,
mom grew up
homeland.
living,
the King
right?
was a command performance that didn't allow the people. So it was just him, the family on the front lawn, and they brought all of our gear from New Zealand, and we just did a show for him
Right.
and all the nobles. So it was
Nobles,
probably
right.
100 people, and that was it. And then our grandma, who passed away, my mom's mother,
She was
Sorry.
running all over.
she, and Tongans, they're not allowed to really get up, so they were all just sitting in folded
Yeah.
arms.
Because when there's royalty,
Oh.
they get to be polite.
And but our grandma, in her excitement, and she's a commoner, so she's really not supposed to be there. She's not supposed to be around the King's family. She is just jogging around our show
Excited.
in
yeah.
excitement, and that's typical Tongan fashion as well. When you're excited to just, especially grandmas, and we have that footage. It's
Oh, that's
really
a nice memory.
Well, Sarah's back. Hi,
And
Sarah.
we have Sarah with the
Here,
water.
bring it here.
Let's
Bring it here.
Give it to Leroy. Leroy knows it.
So this is your water this is something that the Jets
Here you
are,
guys-
Right.
are you are,
We just were at the
Thank you.
Emmys last week, and they
Shall we?
Yeah, you guys can have it.
presented it to the Emmy Grand Prix
Yes.
party.
We just did an Emmys, and a lot of the stars at the Emmys last week loved the. And we can provide you guys some pictures with that. But yeah, we had a bunch of artists just were shocked and came out with the CBD alkaline, nano-powered by water.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very,
First
so
of its kind.
Yes.
does it help with pain,
Yes,
know?
it does.
Oh,
Absolutely. Kind
I'm
of
gonna hook it in through an IV.
Especially if you go to bed at night and get this. It's great for actually for pre or post workout.
Yeah.
But we
And-
drink it mostly for the post workout. It
Yes.
helps with the joints and everything.
So you take some, drink them, everyone has like cheers before the show, we all,
Thank you. Yeah.
and after.
Would you guys mind? We want to have another performance at that
Sure.
from with the lovely Vanessa
To hear
singing. So please
Vanessa.
stay tuned. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with the Jets.
The Jets! 80s and 90s experience, Planet Hollywood, V Theater.
You just tell us when. All right, Leo.
Don't you know, you got it all over him. You got me over him. Honey, it's true. There's just you. You must have been heaven sent. Hearing me call you and out on a limb. And you're all that he's not. All that just look what I got. Look what I got. 'Cause you got it all. You got it all. Over here.
All right.
Yeah.
You've got it all. That is one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
And Make It Real. My three.
There's a funny backstory to the You Got It All video as well. When we were recording it, we had to get to Miami. So we finished the video and almost missed our flight. So we all had to just go to the airport with what we were wearing. So my sisters had to wear those waitress outfits that were in the video all the way to Miami.
Yes.
And
It was
Somebody on the plane might say, "Excuse
Yeah.
me, could you get me a
well,
Coke?"
they were like pink diner
Yeah,
restaurant.
diner,
you know,
1950s.
1950s.
that's what- yeah. So I'm sure they were like, "What's up with these girls?
Yeah, what are they
wearing
doing?
that
Yeah.
outfit?"
Well, I was live on Facebook, so I just want to
Cool.
sign off, so I'm not sitting here in the middle of front of you.
Wonderful.
So anyhow,
Once again, Jet's 80s, 90s experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are, I shouldn't say, so your show is Tuesday through Saturday? Is that right? Tuesday through Saturday? 6:30 p.m.?
All the way to December.
Wow. So
I
once
gotta tell you,
again,
but this glove is making me feel like the past.
really used to wear
I
that
wore a
glove
glove
every night.
I was
You
actually
did?
Michael Jackson imitator before the Thriller.
ooh,
So I was doing all of the hits before that, and so gloves like this to remind me of that time
like
period.
off the wall
Off the
and all
wall.
that stuff.
Can you do
Yeah.
the sound?
Oh, great. Yeah.
whatever that was.
Yeah.
You learned all the spins and all that.
Oh,
yeah, I
yes.
can imagine.
There's something to be said about doing Michael Jackson and imitating. You know, as I've watched Bruno Mars and realized that he used to imitate Michael Jackson.
Oh,
And as
yes.
I watch him today, all those dance moves, they come out with Rudy
Yeah.
as well. I think if
Try
you've
to
been a
do it.
Michael Jackson imitator, you're going to go far in life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. We know several,
Very
and
fun.
yeah, that's.
We like, I don't know if this is throwing us off what we're doing, but is there a way that Mike could try to learn a dance from the
Ooh,
Jets?
A
yes.
dance move? I can
Just like
learn
for
a
a
dance
second,
move.
maybe.
Choreographer Rudy.
Over here,
Well,
like
I think
you guys-
he's gonna teach me. Why don't we go over
Oh.
here and do some? Come on, you and I
On
can
the spot.
Go
do
back
some
to-
stuff.
You have like a strap you can stick on.
And I'll
Yeah.
wear the magic
Bro, we'll just
glove.
sing Crush on You.
Oh, you'll sing? All right.
I don't know.
Mike is an excellent dancer.
Mike
Kind of impromptu.
Yeah, but let's sing Crush on You.
There we go. I think me and Mike.
So why don't we just sing the Crush on You chorus, and then these guys.
As my lovely host,
But clap your hands when we're doing it.
Day puts me on the spot here.
You want to wear the glove?
No, that's. What can you show me as far as Michael?
Basically,
As far as Michael
there
Jackson?
we go. Actually, that move.
I can do the left one.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that actually.
Uh-oh.
Or the moonwalker. There we go.
In the moonwalkers or the front. Here we go. What about the
Uh-oh.
walk and stuff
Go,
like that?
go,
About that.
go, Michael.
How about locking?
Oh yeah, and then we remember the bird.
Oh,
the,
bird. Bird, do the bird.
Ryan, have you seen the show here? They got a pretty good
I
show.
want to see that.
Jason Penner, yeah.
Just tell us when you're ready.
So, why don't you hit it, man?
Okay. Let's do Crush
Do the
on You. Yes,
famous-
okay.
This is the move.
How could you know? 'Cause I never told. You found out I got a crush on you. No more charades, my heart's been displayed. You found out I
break it
got
down.
a crush on you.
Hit it. Come on, guys.
You must have heard it
Do your
from
moves.
my best
Rudy,
friend.
bust out.
She's always talking when she should be listening.
Yeah, what else you got?
And keep a secret to save her
about the
life. But still, I just need her with all I felt inside.
That's it. Woo! What else? More, Rudy, what else?
Go so fast.
Where's that running?
I got a crush on you.
Yeah.
No more charade.
Cabbage Patch.
Heart's been displayed. You found out I got a crush
the one.
on you.
Yeah, there you go.
My favorite movie.
Yep. Awesome.
Hey, I try to keep up with you guys. I need some of that water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll hydrate
Do you mind joining us again?
rehydrate you.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's when the water comes in. And the water, again, we'll talk about the water.
Hydrate.
Appreciate it.
That was good. We'll get the word out about the water.
Thank you.
And then I'll talk about it, There you are. Oh, okay. Thank you. We're all coming back to the couch at the Art House Theater at 814 South 3rd Street in the historical, kind of the original Las Vegas before Las Vegas expanded all over. I wasn't here yet. What year? So do you guys live here in Vegas? Actually,
We do now.
Your kids are in school.
Right.
Well, you know what's amazing was that we would actually come here a lot and work. And I never thought in a million years that I would ever want to live here because we thought it was always like the Strip. We love the Strip, but just that's fast paced. It's very commercial.
Yeah.
But when we got here and lived here, it's like, wow,
Community.
it's community.
Henderson area.
Henderson, there's all other areas that are just, you feel like you're anywhere else in America.
I'm the only one who doesn't live here. I commute back and forth from Los Angeles to here, but I love it here as well. When I'm here, it's just 5 days a week. Beautiful, love it.
A lot of people don't realize that a lot of people just think it's the Strip and it's party and it's surrounded by all this. But as you go out to the areas, whether it's Henderson, I live in Summerlin, it's beautiful.
Yes.
You're by the mountains, it's really quiet, so it's kind of like almost country quiet. And then 20-minute drive and you're down on the Strip and you're like entertainment capital of the world.
Different world. on the
Great
Strip.
shows such as yours.
Now we have an NFL
A team.
and we have
Two
pretty
teams.
much, yes.
The
And
Raiders.
another one coming maybe. Right?
Wow.
Is it the Oakland?
Oh, the Oakland A's, the baseball
A's,
team.
baseball,
They're
baseball.
probably going to come here, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So we
And the
might have-
Aviators are here.
And Mike's the mascot for the Aviators.
Yes.
I was the
saw
mascot. I was the mascot for the Raiders, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different story. That was.
Oh,
We don't
yeah.
even mention it.
Yeah, we only
And
mentioned
I got
that.
to sing that national anthem twice, 2 years ago, and then this year would be through because of my friend
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
here.
Nice.
And then you guys all took Just Dance, so if you're a little sore, what do we drink?
Vi water.
Water, yes.
So Vi means what again in Tongan?
Water.
It just means water.
Living
Okay.
water.
So you would say, give me a glass of Vi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Vi. Give me-
Coming
Sorry,
to
Nick, corny
a
joke.
bar to see them near you.
You know, well, I think we have this opportunity. Is there some phrases in Tongan that we could learn from you, like "Hello, how are you," or things like that? We could. The
Well, the
audience.
first one you could say malo lele means hello.
Malo.
Malo.
Malo lale.
There you go.
Have some
Malolale.
Vi.
And love is ofa atu. Ofa atu. We love you.
Afa
Yeah,
atu.
love.
Oh, good.
But there's one word that in Tongan, the in Tonga, the word the in Tonga is the F word.
Like
Unfortunately,
seriously, it
yes,
sounds
it's-
just like
it almost sounds like that.
It's
So,
mentioned like
so sometimes when you're talking, people are thinking you're swearing at them, but you're not. You're just saying the phrases of the one word that's always in every
It's
sentence.
in every sentence.
Almost every sentence is the F word.
F-A-K-A. It's a F-A-K-A. So
But it
every time
sounds
it's
very
F-A-K-A.
similar.
I live in Hawaii. Yeah, there's
Excuse my
some words
French,
like that
excuse
too.
my tongue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excuse my tongue. It's like that movie, well, the Fockers.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's no J in the Tongan alphabet, so they couldn't really say jets.
Jets,
They would say
they
shets.
Yeah, yeah.
So it almost sound like the,
The chef.
The shits.
Join us for the 80s and 90s experience
Yes,
with the
please.
chef.
Because the king of Tonga, when my parents first went there to try to book a show, they were like, now how do we supposed to say this name?
yes. No J.
Can they do it if they try, or that's like they just can't?
Well, the G,
They don't
if they
form
do
that
it, it
letter.
becomes a G.
G.
So my mom, when they
J.
say it,
The gets.
you know, well, it's more of a well,
J.
no, it's a, yeah,
Good J, yeah. Gets.
Well, we have Maria. Do we have any comments as far as the trivia question?
Do we have the correct answer?
Do we have the correct
From 5?
answer? Either 1A, 1B2, or C3?
I get answers 1, 2, or 3.
Yes. Answer 1, 2, or 3. Do we have a winner yet?
I
Or
don't know what's the answer.
the answer is
Can we
You wanna
reveal it?
say no?
yes. What is the answer?
The answer
Speak in the
is
V one.
2 Olympics. A
Number
Winter
2.
Olympics and a Summer Olympics. Yeah. What can you tell us about that? About what those Olympic performances are?
Well, the 88 Olympics was in South Korea.
Seoul, Korea.
South-
And we
Seoul?
represented all of the Asian Pacific Rim countries.
Right. And there was 80 million people that, there was one show we did, it was about 80 million people.
Is that tuning in?
Yes, worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah, that
Unreal.
was pretty amazing. Love Korean food. That was great.
Korean food, you got to have some
Oh,
authentic
yeah.
Korean. Is it different than the Korean food here?
No, I think
similar.
they keep
Very
it similar.
similar.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
similar.
you can smell Korean food when you're close to Korean.
No, no. They have their spices and they
Yeah.
use
So,
a lot of.
so the Seoul Korea was the winter,
And the winter one
Summer.
is,
or the summer one? The summer
Summer,
one.
yeah.
Okay. And
that was and the winter one in Utah,
In Utah.
where we
City.
originally
Where you're from.
2002?
Yeah,
2002.
2002.
Yeah,
Winter
it was great.
Olympics.
The Winter Olympics, yeah.
It was
And that
great.
was freezing cold.
Freezing
That was
cold.
The stage was outdoors.
Yes, it was
Well-
outdoors.
Something that I read, which I find fascinating, is although you come from a exotic, a warm island, and then you spent a lot of your youth in Canada or in Salt Lake City or Wyoming or up north,
Or
where
San Bruno, California.
it's where wasn't it hard not to, or did you wear flip flops? I mean, that had to be
My dad
something
did.
else.
Famous story of my dad when we took off to hit the road was we went straight to Canada,
Yeah.
dead of winter,
Yes.
and our motorhome was starting to slide down this mountain pass, up in Banff National Park up there in Alberta. And yeah, he had flip flops on.
Got
We had, we didn't know at the time, but the Mounties told my dad, hey, you guys have like bald summer tires on our motorhome.
So how many people were in the motorhome? I mean,
There
at
were
that
like
time?
10 of us.
10 of us, yeah.
Because it was 8 kids and my mom and dad.
It's like Selena, the movie.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was thinking of that one.
And my dad was looking at the
fearless.
police like, what are you talking about? They're tires. They're like, you need like radios or winter,
Chains.
You didn't
winter
know the
tires and
difference.
chains. And he's like,
I have slippers.
I'm wondering, with all the moving about, wasn't it hard to, you would only be at schools for a little while?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Was it hard to
That's
make
like-
friends? I mean, you had a
don't
big
remind
family.
me. That was a terrible time.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. We skipped schools every month and once we had,
Catch up a lot.
couldn't even have
Got
girlfriends or
understood.
anything. I think that was my dad's theory behind it. If I just keep moving, the boys that won't get distracted and the girls, and they'll just keep focused on what we're trying to do. Yeah, and I played football, I did it for half a year and had to take off because my dad's like, we're going to go down to Minneapolis now because all the work is down there. But he was right. That's where we got discovered about a year or two
Well,
later.
I can imagine, I can imagine the practice that you had to go through. Just so, with the Jacksons, the Osmonds, it was hard to have a childhood so much with friends because you're practicing after school. Pretty
That
much.
too.
Did you resent it or love it?
I loved it.
At the time.
because we-
I resented it, kind of.
You did a
Because
little?
we were kids and wanted to play with our friends. But as we got older and then we took off and we're always on the road, we didn't know we were just a gypsy family at that point.
But my dad used to always say, if you work now, you'll play later. If you play now, you're gonna work later.
Oh, that
That's
was a
true.
great,
That's
that's the
true.
most, I need to write that one. Work now, you play later.
He was a very driven man, so whatever he put his mind to, it was go. There was no thinking about it.
What was his name?
Mike Kelly, we just lost him recently. He passed away, but he
6
was
months
the-
ago, yeah.
He was the,
Actually passed away here in Las Vegas.
yeah, right
Did
here.
he?
In our
His
home.
dream was to
He was
tell
our
us-
biggest supporter, always in the
going,
shows,
yeah.
sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Passed away in his sleep, actually. So
Peacefully.
if you're gonna go, you might as well just.
That was a great way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike Kelly was your father, and your mother is Bake?
Bake.
Bake.
She comes to our show, so it's a family show. We're all involved.
She's with us every night. Every day.
And she makes your costume.
Yeah.
Does
What a
she
blessing.
literally sew them by
Literally,
hand?
She has, yeah.
Very talented, or she designs them.
She sewed all of our original ones.
Both.
And she does both.
Talent, you have such a talent, and she designs. So you have all these multi-talented things going on in your family. You're a very creative family, and
It's the entrepreneur spirit. I think my father,
My dad had
he always was always wanted to work for himself, be his own boss. And
Never sit still. That's why we got
that's
this
kind
water
of comes
going.
in
we
our
got-
blood as well.
So you pass it down to your children?
yeah.
as well,
Who's
so
the
work
most
ethic?
like him? Who's the most like your father of all?
My brother Heine, because he has the
We're
same
all in
amount of
different-
kids.
different
and-
ways.
Different ways.
Yeah.
Same amount of kids. Wow.
Yeah. Driven, and they have their show, and he's into bodybuilding like my dad.
So did we find a winner, Maria?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Do
we're
you
going to
have
announce
a
the
name?
winner.
It's, I have two.
2 winners?
I should go find
Number
out.
2,
who, 'cause
number
we
2.
know.
We got
Because the
number
answer
two?
was number.
We have 1 winner of the question.
Yes. Oh, okay. The
And
first
the
one or the
question,
second one?
it would be
Well-
the winner of the whoever picked number 2 as the answer.
Two of them, that's why I said, who do you want to pick? The
Whoever
first
did it,
one?
Whoever did it
second
first
one.
is the fair way.
Yeah.
So the first person. Do we have a?
Carol Joanne.
Carol Jones!
Carol!
Oh my God, Carol! That's my good friend.
You have just won 2 tickets to the Jets 80s,
Carol
90s
won 2
experience.
tickets, and she's going with our group on Friday night so she could go with Gary. Her boyfriend or fiance,
Nice.
boyfriend is Gary Anthony. I would say in the I know in this country, I don't know anyone. He's why can't I talk?
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
2.
Tribute artist.
Gary Anthony is a Frank Sinatra.
Tribute artist.
Tribute artist.
He's one of the best in the world.
Yes,
Yes, he is.
that's his business. He travels and he is the best. So I had trouble spitting that out. But anyway.
So congratulations,
Congratulations, Carol
Carol!
Jones.
2 tickets to the Jets 80s, 90s experience. V Theater Miracle Mile.
Yes, and since I know Carol, I will talk to you about that. We'll get your name and we'll set up a date that you want to go in the future, whenever you want. So thank you for that.
And Carol's going to wear her 80s garb, I hear, possibly.
Carol's gonna dress as who? Madonna or Cyndi Lauper or
Buy a bottle or a can of Aquanet.
Aquanet?
Yes, I still use that today.
Do you use Aquanet?
I still use Aquanet.
He admits it
I
on
Now I
here.
remember where
we use
I used to
Aquanet.
do that this. Now I remember, yes.
It's the
Jets.
best. Why not?
I think we all use Aquanet, even the guys.
Still?
You're right.
No, no.
I'm joking with you. So how are we doing on time? Are we have about 2 minutes left. So we want to thank you so much. This has been a memorable morning, and you're welcome back anytime.
thank you.
And
Anytime on the morning
anytime.
show.
Oh, and we do have some tickets here. So this
Vouchers?
Vouchers.
Get one.
2 for 1 special.
2 for
Yeah.
1 special.
Tiny, yeah.
Yeah, the 2-for-1 specials. We any way we can get you out. Whether it's this way or
Yes.
get your friends out. Contact the show here. We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
So it is almost impossible because we're sitting here together with the tickets. So can they go, and so how would they get a hold of them? They can
Yeah,
ask
they just
for
go
this
to at the box
special?
office and they can get that special at the box office.
Okay.
The 2 for 1 special.
Yeah.
V Theater, Jets 80s, 90s
80s,
experience. High energy, all dancing, all singing, and you're going to feel like you're 18 again. I know I did when I went, and I can't wait to go again. You guys have been fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna be
Thank
great
you
too.
Thank you, Sam.
Buy water. Then do you want to tell us one more time about the buy water and how to
Yeah.
get that?
Just go to Vi Wellness, and this is where you can.
Vi Wellness.
Yeah, it's great post and pre alkaline and healthy nano-powered water. for
With
good health.
CBD. This is a lot of people would actually benefit from this. Seriously.
We,
And anything that you want to say before, or Mike, or I'm.
Well, we want to thank you both for having us.
Thank you so much.
so much.
Thank
This has
you
been a lot
so
of fun
much.
for us too.
And we know the Kafusis.
Oh
Yes.
San
Tell them the
Bernardino,
Jets said hi.
California. I
See
will.
them.
I'll message them. Hey, the Jets said hi. They'll say, what? What are you?
Oh, you really?
On drugs and Jets? How do you know?
We'd like to thank our studio audience, Sarah.
Sarah Jet.
Yeah. She is.
Yeah, and once again, the Art House Theater is here in the Arts District. Shout out to them, and if you visit here Tuesday through Saturday, I believe, it's 20% off this 5-star
20% off.
restaurant on the 2nd level and 8 beautiful upscale theaters here. So
Yes.
thank them, and we thank our viewers so
20%
much.
if they mention social media.
If they
shows.
mention social media shows.
Then they get 20%
20%
off the
off.
bill, which is fantastic.
And how much time do we have, Maria?
Yeah.
No more? We're done? All right. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you for
everybody.
joining us.
Thank
Rise
you.
and shine. Thank you to the
We'll
Jets.
see you at the Jets. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.